It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Hornets in Charlotte. Taking a look at the Hornets, with a record of 3-7 over their last 10 games, they have been struggling. Wins hard to come by. We'll see if they can grab one tonight. And tonight, we get to watch Miles Bridges, one of the more explosive young players in the league. Shaq, what do you like about him?
Ferocious, dunks everything he can, high energy, never takes a playoff.
Yep. His shooting has improved every year as well, Ernie. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He's come miles with that.
He needs to keep refining his skill set, but I like him. I got it. He needs to come miles.
He's going miles with that.
I got it. I caught that.
Bridging his game from the collegiate ranks
to
the NBA.
Got it.
Miles Bridges. Can have a lot of fun with his name. Here's Kevin Harlan.
A lot going on here in the Queen City. There's Tryon Street in uptown Charlotte, home of the Hornets. Greetings, everyone, from Charlotte as we bring you an Eastern Conference contest for this Hornets home game. It's Wednesday night basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. The Pacers will play just this one game on the road before returning back to Indiana. Still trying to find that groove they had last year. They'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer to where they were a season ago.
And seeing where Indiana is, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Victor Oladipo trained with Dwayne Wade heading into last season. Now, Wade says you talked about not knowing the path of your career. Don't put limitations on yourself. The result for Oladipo was an all-star appearance. Kevin?
He's definitely on an upward trajectory, DA. Thank you. And for teams not enjoying a quick start to the season, Clark, how long until they start to push the panic button and making some big moves?
You know, Kevin, I don't think you ever can push the panic button. I think you have to have a sense of what direction you're going, be realistic about who you are and what you have. And that's where good leadership comes in, not just with the team itself, from the coaches to the players, but in your front office, too. I mean, you've got to have some flexibility to adjust to the length of the season and challenges of it, and yet still stay on course with your overall plan.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Indiana, Sabonis and Turner inside. Oladipo teams with Evans on the perimeter, and it's Collison in at the point. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Turner passes to Collison. Back to Turner from 13. No good that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
The game is the first of a three-game season series for these clubs, both looking to take round one.
And Greg, the first time you face a team in the season, that's when you're looking to take that mental advantage. Demonstrate you're better, and that could make it easier down the road.
And the Pacers with possession here after the basket by Charlotte. Herman Gomez grabs the miss.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And at 6'9" now, Williams is a threat to score the ball inside, so you got to keep him out of the paint.
Indiana off to a slow start. 6-point game. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
And it's sent back by Turner.
Man, the defense of Turner is astounding. I mean, he positioned himself well to come up with a lot of blocks.
Goes back up, and he gets the jumper to drop.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now here's Collison. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Evans at the top of the key, Turner. And stolen by Williams. And the foul on Miles Turner. That's his first foul. The Hornets have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Pass to Williams. Over Sabonis.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
The shot by Turner, no good.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
Now, here's Oladipo, covered by Lamb. Oladipo, left side. Indiana moving it around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Turner dishes to Oladipo. Herman Gomez grabs the miss.
They're cold so far, only 1 for 5 to begin this one.
Lamb finds Walker, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the foul goes against Indiana.
You know, one of the things you see when you watch Kemba Walker and you think about is the evolution of his game. He, you know, came into the league as a guy with great athleticism, tremendous competitive spirit, but in today's game, your guards have to be able to stretch the floor.
And the first one drops. And with Walker, Clark, even he knew he had to improve from distance, and he put in the work.
Yeah, you know, the hard work is admirable, but it's not a guarantee, Kevin. It just gives you a chance to perhaps get better. There are a number of guys, Rajon Rondo, Tony Allen, for example, that tried to improve their shooting range, but just never became consistent shooters from outside. Walker has, though, and it's put him into that upper echelon category of guards. You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
So the Pacers call timeout, their first of the game.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
And getting into the second part of November here, a quick glance at the power rankings. Let's see how everyone started out. You look at Washington. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And looking at Indiana, they're obviously trending in a positive direction, but still working out some of those early season timing issues. But I have to say, I like what I'm seeing.
Now, here's Oladipo. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Tipped away. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here.
Let's see where Charlotte sits right now in the league rankings.
You know, you talked about their spot in the shot blocking rankings. Their length and presence inside is not to be taken lightly. And trust me, their opponents are very conscious of it every time they drive the ball.
Now here's Collison.
And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert.
Yeah, you know, defense or not, good defense or not, those are shots you got to make. I mean, they're missing some easy ones.
Walker in the post, working on Collison. Bridges, no one around him. And it's off from three-point range. Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to the Celtics.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them, because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end. Darren Collison played his college basketball at UCLA. Not a big name in the point guard world, but he is as reliable as they get. Excellent speed and quickness, double-digit scoring, and was the best three-point percentage shooter in the NBA last year.
And that one misses. And with Collison, coaches just love him for the reasons you mentioned, Clark. Keeps an offense humming in all ways.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's cut down his turnovers over the last couple of seasons. His speed allows him to get into the open court, and he's really improved as a three-point shooter. All of those things help him run a team effectively. Even though he's not a big assist getter, he does help your offense run smoothly. You know, last year, the Charlotte Hornets shot more free throws than any other team in the league. Yet, they were one of the worst teams in the league at making them.
Outside Williams. He kicks it to Lamb. From 12 feet out. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. And with the Hornets' poor free throw shooting, Clark, I suspect much of that had to do with Dwight Howard.
Yeah, most of the guys not named Howard hit their career averages or even improved. Shows the effect that just one guy can have on a team statistic, especially if he takes a big percentage of the free throws.
Here's Evans, following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. Oladipo, good.
You know, you got to give it up for Oladipo, being able to maintain his poise and not letting the contact bother him. That's good concentration.
Now here's Lamb. 14 points from him the last game against Boston. Six to shoot. Hernan Gomez kicks to Lamb. Got a piece of it. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Tyreke Evans. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging 15 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now, here's Oladipo. Last game he had 10 points. To the middle. Here's Collison. The Hornets pull it in.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Feeds it to Williams. And it's slammed in by Williams.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on.
On its way from Oladipo for 2. And that's good for 2. Oladipo's got his second basket of the night.
Nice to see how easy he takes over games. Makes it look elementary. I mean, that's why they feed him the rock so much.
Walker against Sabonis. And it's Walker penetrating. And he drops in the way up off the glass. Walker's got 6.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And the Pacers call time here.
Kemba Walker continuing the fine tradition of New York point guards. He should not go unmentioned when you talk about the NBA's best ball handlers.
Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Bridges. And the Pacers also making a change. Young's checked in. Now here's Oladipo. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Turner passes to Evans. That shot off. Walker with some nice D. And without a doubt, Kemba Walker, one of the league's most entertaining players.
And enlisted at 6'1", and that might be a stretch, but he uses it to his advantage. Staying low and almost dancing when he's out there attacking defenders.
Here's Walker after Tyreke Evans has scored. Pass to Williams. And Williams throws it down.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Now here's Evans. 8 points his last outing. To the inside. Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And you know what? At 6'10", dunking is low stress for Sabonis. Solid at getting himself inside for these throwdowns.
Walker against Evans. And Walker kicks to Williams. Over Sabonis. That one a little long.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain-neutral position.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woodshed. Super aggressive and owning the paint.
Now, here's Oladipo. Here's Turner, and Turner throws it down.
Boy, I love how unselfish Oladipo is. Great at getting his teammates involved and on-time, on-target passes.
Walker taking his time here. Lets it go. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
That's a good shot. Even though it couldn't find the bottom of the bucket, I like the shot quality.
Bucket is good. 6 points for Victor Oladipo.
This is why Victor Oladipo is an all-star caliber player. He's able to connect inside even when under pressure.
Outside, Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And, you know, Thaddeus Young, the veteran forward out of Georgia Tech, over a decade of service in the NBA, and he's still one of the more dependable scorers you'll find in terms of over the course of a season.
For Charlotte, they had gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And for Young, a veteran, as you mentioned, Clark, still one of the more athletic players in the league.
Yeah, he really is. Very impressive how long Thaddeus has been as consistent as he's been. Does a nice job running the floor. Really good in shot selection. And has become a more vocal leader as he is one of the older guys in the league now.
And so Walker nails both of them. Obviously, the game is played with a more wide-open style now, Clark. Name a few old-school bigs who continue to make an impact.
Well, I like what Andre Drummond does. The big fella's a glass-eating machine. Still needs to refine his moves and shooting touch, but his athleticism and rebounding off the charts. Blake Griffin stands out as well. Highly skilled, very, very athletic. Steven Adams, obviously a big guy who plays an old-school game. Rim protector, finisher, good hands, great strength. Dwight Howard, you know, he's on the backside of his career, but you think about what he was able to do in his prime as a shot blocker, rebounder, finisher. He's got some old-school qualities as well.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Parker against Oladipo. Here's Turner. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Oladipo's got 3 assists in the game. Walker in the post, covered by Evans. Shot's good by Walker.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Parker against Oladipo. 1:41 left to play in the first quarter, and they get it back. Charlotte leading by 7. Outside, Walker. Over Evans. Not enough on that one as it misses. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
Let's see where the Pacers are, Kevin, in terms of the NBA rankings right now.
And they've been strong in the rebounding department, up in the top 10, and it's just not one guy. Really, it's been about the entire group collectively.
Monks checked in for the Hornets. The Pacers also changing it up. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Miles Turner. Bogdanovich comes in for Sabonis. And it's Matthews in for Evans. And it's Kid Gilchrist with the ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. They lead by 7. We've got 1:13 left to play here in the first. He was all alone on that one. Parker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Love the unselfishness of Monk there. I mean, love seeing him find the open man. And
Matthews kicks to Oladipo. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Indiana. They reside in the 7th slot right now in the early part of the season. And, of course, Charlotte, 5.5 games behind.
And I think for Charlotte, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
Here's Monk after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. And it's the Hornets, another 3.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
For the finish, and slam dunk by Kid Gilchrist.
A reliable defender who uses his length well. Batum is a guy you got to be careful around. You got to be mindful of his presence.
Oladipo against Parker. With 4 seconds on the clock. And the play by Oladipo as he finishes it off for 2. Oladipo's got 10 points in the game. And so it's Charlotte holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll return shortly. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Hornets have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Yeah, outworking them right now, plain and simple. I mean, they've been terrific in the open floor.
Now, here's Joseph on the court for the Pacers as our second quarter gets underway. Young is the 4 with O'Quinn at the 5. Corey Joseph is out there with Matthews, and it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. Shot by Joseph, no good. Hornets leading by 11.
You know, going into the last season, many thought the Pacers were in rebuild mode, but ended up 5th in the East with a fantastic season and strong finish. Saying they overachieved doesn't even begin to describe their season. I think they surprised everybody.
And many people thought the Pacers last season would be near the bottom of the East. Clark, that was not the case at all.
Not at all, Kevin. 7 games it took the Cavs to eliminate the Pacers in the first round, and you never know, or I don't think you can ever dismiss or discount what that kind of playoff series can mean to a young team like the Pacers. Things are looking up in a great way for the Pacers going forward. 2-2.
And the first one at the line is good. And for his whole career, Thaddeus Young has been a player not afraid, Greg, of attacking defenders head on.
Young has such a great first burst of speed. He really is a handful to deal with. Gets a lot of transition buckets that way, and in the half court can set up teammates by creating space. In the latter part of his career, I think he's taken on more of a vocal leadership role as well.
Both good from the line that time.
And, you know, guys, with the Charlotte Hornets, such big hopes last year, a playoff appearance at the minimum. Instead, they finished with the exact same record as the prior year.
Now, here's Monk. Back to Parker. Good on the three-point shot. Parker's got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, Parker's ability to stretch it, it really forces the defense to contest him from out there.
Last year was especially frustrating for the Hornets because they felt they'd improved their roster, Clark.
Yeah, they made a lot of moves, upgrades, but the team never really got into a groove, and the individual parts were better than the sum of the whole.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And what a career it's been for Tony Parker. 4 titles to his name, a Finals MVP, 6-time All-Star. I mean, the accolades go on and on for what is truly one of the most impressive resumes you'll see in the NBA.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Blue shots.
And he can't get the first one. And for Tony Parker, will certainly go down as one of the greatest Spurs ever to put on a San Antonio uniform.
No doubt about it, Kevin. And it's strange to see him in any other uniform than a San Antonio Spurs. And he made a move in the offseason. And, you know, here's what he brings to this team. A lot of experience, championship pedigree, and a guy that I think could maybe help get this Hornets team over the hump.
Now, here's Bogdanovic. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
Parker against Joseph. Parker finds Zeller. There's the double team with Joseph. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Charlotte with it. Parker passes to Monk. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Malik Monk, tremendous offensive promise, but the defense, Clark, the defense is still coming around.
Well, he was the 11th pick in the draft, Kevin, ahead of Donovan Mitchell. A lot of pressure on Monk to live up to his elite billing. The good news is, and I always say this, Kevin, young guys, you have to give them time to grow and develop. He's a clutch shooter. He's got good size. He's competitive. I think he's going to have a nice career in the NBA.
And he makes the first.
Boy, Monk is so lethal and efficient as a scorer. I mean, great range, always hunting his shot. I'd like to see him work on his passing, but, man, he can put it in the basket.
The Pacers making a change here. Collison's out there. And so he makes both from the line. The position of power forward, Clark, that was your position. Did you ever think it would become a major weapon for stretching the floor as it is now?
No, I didn't see that evolution happening. I mean, again, at that time in the 80s, even into the 90s, you had the small forward and the power forward was more of an enforcer. I was actually kind of a hybrid at the time because I could deal inside effectively on the glass and because of my size and strength, but also could step out and put it on the floor and pass it a little bit. So, no, the evolution with the 4-man in this day and age, I did not foresee that at all. Love what's happened with it, but it speaks, I think, to the athleticism and skill of these bigger guys now.
It does. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kemba Walker helped lead UConn to a national title, but it took some time to hit his stride at the NBA level. He finally became an all-star, but his team is rebuilding in Charlotte. Mitch Kupchak is the new general manager, and James Borrego is the new head coach. Guys,
a terrific player, DA, for sure. Thanks. And he makes the first.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
And Parker drops them both.
Tell you what, as a former Pacer myself, the fans have to love this young core they put together. Oladipo and Sabonis via Trey Turner through the draft. That's a very strong core to build with.
Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over. And for the Pacers and their young group, Clark, they all want to grow together.
Yeah, there's outstanding alignment from the very top of the front office, obviously with the coaching staff, and then the players. Tremendous chemistry when you look at the way this team embraces one another. And Oladipo has emerged not only as the star, but the leader who's very well respected by his teammates.
Here's O'Quinn, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Nice look there from Bogdanovich, the shooter keeping an eye peeled and open for the open man.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Charlotte.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Now, here's Monk. He has 5. Here's Bridges. Banked in off the glass.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Outside Collison. To the inside, and stolen by Zeller. Fast break, here we go. And there's Bridges on the assist by Monk. Monk's got 3 assists now in this one.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now, here's Joseph. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Clock at 6. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
And the Hornets making a change here. Hernan Gomez is jacked in. Collison inside, covered by Parker. Back to Collison. And stolen by Zeller. Oh, and here comes Monk all alone. Here's Hernan Gomez. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good, Hernan Gomez.
And, you know, the Pacers were one of the better teams in the East last year. Many wondered just how or why the Pacers were so good. I think you point to the chemistry this team has is something that you can't deny, along with having a star that endeared himself to his teammates in Oladipo.
Shot clock at 6. O'Quinn looking to end the run. It's blocked.
Pretty early to be over the limit. That foul situation is something we want to keep an eye on.
The Hornets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
And, guys, that's a pretty good improvement over last season.
Williams, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. And along with the chemistry the Pacers enjoy, another strength, Clark, is their guard play.
Well, Kevin, they've got a number of guards that can initiate the offense, and they all do it fairly efficiently. Don't turn it over much, and they all can shoot it and drive it. So that group of guards is really a strong part of this team.
Here's Parker. Bogdanovich picking up that last basket. Parker kicks to Williams. Inside. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a look at this season's stingiest defensive teams. The Hornets 4th.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Now, here's Monk. He has 5.
Has not made another 3 since the one he drilled in the first, but still, you got to defend him from beyond the arc.
Pacers trail by 16 to the paint. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got his second basket.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Here's Hernan Gomez. Bogdanovich picking up that last basket. Now, here's Monk. Defense right on him. That one falls.
Hey, if you're going to foul Monk, you need to wrap him up. I mean, when you don't, he finds a way to get the ball in the basket.
And the Hornets making a change here. Walker's checked in, and a change for the Pacers. Turner's checked in. And the Charlotte Hornets once led the league in attendance for 8 consecutive seasons. Last year, they were toward the bottom in attendance.
Yeah, a challenging road for Hornets fans. I mean, they've seen enough of rebuilding, and they really want that next step to be taken.
Charlotte leading by 17. Here's Monk. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Monk's got 7 points for the quarter. Collison finds Turner. Here's Bogdanovich. Over Williams. And he overshot that one, missing. And the foul called on Bojan Bogdanovich. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
And Marvin Williams, back in the day, drafted 2nd overall, was a big, polished prospect, excellent athleticism, but really has always left folks wanting a little more from it.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Charlotte. Sabonis, he's checked in for Indiana. Evans comes in for Joseph. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And so it's Walker with it, who brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. And Marvin Williams never became an all-star, but he's had a good, long, steady career.
Yeah, as a rookie, he was all-rookie 2nd team, and I think he's provided about the same amount of production on a per-minute basis throughout his career. The epitome of being steady, except that now he's a better three-point shooter.
Kemba Walker hits them both.
You know, I think opponents have learned it the hard way. I mean, Walker is not a guy you want to put on the foul line. He's an excellent free throw shooter.
Collison deciding where to go with it. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. It's Williams with the drive. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Passes to Turner. Over Hernan Gomez. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And when you see Miles Turner play on the offensive side of the ball, the amount of skill he has at his age is just amazing.
Yeah, already a great pick and pop player. You know, not going to be much of a banger down low, but has enough touch outside where he won't need to be. But while he's still a work in progress offensively, I think he's shown that he has a very high ceiling in terms of his skill set.
The first one falls.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Oladipo, he's checked in for Darren Collison. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And, you know, last year was a bit of a mixed bag for Miles Turner. I mean, he was expected to take another big leap forward into stardom, but didn't quite get to that point. But sometimes growth is not a straight line. It's up and down, sideways a bit. This young man's got the character and talent to be an all-star in the near future.
Shot clock at 3. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. Pacers trail by 21. Here's Evans. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. There's Sabonis, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Marvin Williams. And Clark with Turner last season battled some injuries and had to work to come back to his consistent rotation time role.
Kevin, how many times have I said it? I know we're in the microwave age, but you have to be patient with these young guys, especially big guys. They just traditionally take longer to develop. You've got to remember he played 1 year of college basketball, had an outstanding rookie year. The sophomore year, a little bit bumpy, but still progress made. This guy's got great promise and potential, and he's going to be an impact player for a long time.
Free throw good. Sabonis. This NBA, Clark, amazing. The potential now for some players to play into their 40s. In fact, we're seeing a couple guys in their 40s playing right now and playing well.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it when we started to see this influx, Kevin, of high school players coming into the league at 19, 20, 21 with the advancement in nutrition knowledge and training methods and preservation of the body and taking care of it, that we might see more longer careers. But if you start at 21 and play 15 years, that's still only 36. So I think we're going to see some more guys in the 40s, but I still think it's going to be a small number by and large.
Lamb, good.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Sabonis, no good on the triple.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Evans, following the basket by Jeremy Lamb. And Turner kicks to Evans. Oladipo outside. Just 5 to shoot. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
You know, what I like about what I've seen in Oladipo is that it's obvious he's put a lot of work in to becoming a better offensive player. And he can really get it going in a hurry now.
Turner passes to Oladipo. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Oladipo's got 14 points for the game.
Boy, he's been excellent thus far, Kevin, but it still hasn't been enough to get them the lead.
Evans against Walker. There's the pass to Lamb. In the corner, it's Bridges. Now here's Lamb, guarded by Oladipo. No good from Lamb.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Yeah, I like the fact, Greg, that he crowded the shooter there, made him uncomfortable, got into his airspace a bit. It looked like he forced the shot.
Now here's Oladipo after Jeremy Lamb's miss. And Oladipo kicks to Evans. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 3 assists tonight.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And Lamb slams it home.
Terrific awareness that time from Walker. Nice job getting his open teammates to rock.
Now here's Evans, covered by Lamb. Evans inside. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
Well, I tell you what, they've got to be fuming. I mean, they were way too late in contesting that layup.
Charlotte leading by 16. And here is Lamb. He's got 10. Outside, Walker. 1:31 left to play here in the half. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Here's Turner. Doesn't go that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Bridges misses. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Evans outside. Out to Turner from the arc. But they'll get another chance. Sabonis, the pass to Evans. 4 seconds left. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Gomez has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Bridges shot, good.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Oladipo against Walker. To the middle, it's stolen by Gomez. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Oladipo. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Oladipo's got 16.
And the way Oladipo handles himself from inside is commendable. I mean, actually, it's tremendous. He does a nice job utilizing the strength that he has.
Outside, Walker. On the wing, Lamb. Fires for three.
Oladipo doing a nice job utilizing his quick hands on defense, doing his best not to allow shooters clean looks.
And so it's Charlotte in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Kemba Walker was the story in the first quarter. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
That was the half of the super sub for them. A lot of offense coming off the bench, and that's such a luxury to have that kind of firepower available. There were times when the pace picked up when the second unit came into the game. And that's the best part, having a bunch of guys who's ready at the drop of a hat.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Indiana?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is O-V-A, over.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Welcome back to Charlotte, the Duke Energy Center, the building in the foreground there. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Victor Oladipo in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Yeah, and it's been fun to watch, partner, because not only is he shooting a high percentage, a good percentage, he's also carrying the team.
Pacers trail by 16. And the Charlotte Hornets last season was a roller coaster ride, even at the coaching spot.
Yeah, Steve Clifford, Kevin, had to take a medical leave of absence, and Steven Silas filled in, did the best he could, but the team failed to establish any real continuity. Hard. It's like having players injured all the time when you have that kind of disruption. And I think that was a big part of their struggles.
Bridges and Williams, your forward pair. Jeremy Lamb out there with Kemba Walker. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's who James Borrego starts the second half with. The kick out to Walker. A second chance effort. And the shot no good, a bit short. Walker's gone 3 for 8 tonight from the field. To the paint. Right side Turner. Back to Collison. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner.
$175, and that might be generous for DC. He says, I don't care. I'm attacking the defense no matter what size I am.
Now here's Walker. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, no let up. The killer instinct on display, trying to put this team away. I love the tenacity.
Now here's Sabonis. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Sabonis has got 10.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Down low, Williams with the steal. Here's Bridges. Hernan Gomez finds Williams. Charlotte getting another chance here. It's deflected.
Outstanding defensive instincts by Sabonis. Really good timing when to rise up to reject shots.
Walker against Collison. It's deflected. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. That's foul number 2 for him. Walker's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. Indiana also making some changes. Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Sabonis. Young comes in for Tyreek Evans. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Oladipo. Walker against Collison. Outside, Walker. Nobody near Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 14 points for Williams.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
And the Pacers call time here. And Nate McMillan, a coach with multiple stops in his career, had good success last season with the Pacers.
And, you know, to some that was a surprise, but McMillan does a lot of things well as a coach. He communicates well, he demands accountability, and his teams typically play a smart brand of basketball. And actually, it's a reflection of how Nate was as a player.
And here's Collison, who will bring it up for Indiana. They trail by 16. And Young kicks to Turner. Indiana moving the ball around. Oh, that's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Charlotte on D. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Young dishes to O'Quinn. Just 5 to shoot from 15 feet away. And Matthews gets it to go. Matthews has got his first bucket of the night.
Remarkable poise from Wesley Matthews. Looks like he's very comfortable shooting as soon as that ball hits his hands.
Now the feed to Walker. Over Collison. Walker's shot is off.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Parker passes to Hernan Gomez. Williams looks good, is good. That's his 7th basket in 12 tries.
The strong work ethic of Williams. It's what allows him to get hot and on these runs from time to time.
Collison kicks to O'Quinn. Shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to 14 points again thanks to the basket from Matthews.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Now here's Walker. He's got 15. Down low, he feeds it to Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Pacers trail by 16. Collison kicks to Matthews. The floater. Bucket is good. Matthews has got 6 points.
What a nice offensive arsenal that Matthews has. I mean, he's capable of sinking these high-arching floaters as well as the threes.
Bridges passes to Hernan Gomez. Out to Parker. Three-pointer on the way. Buries it from three-point range. 11 points in the game.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
3-on-3. Here's Walker. Offensive rebound. Another shot. But they get it back.
And the offensive rebound and really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the board.
Here's Williams. And that one hits back iron. Pacers trail by 17. Outside Matthews. Pass to Collison. To the paint. It's stolen by Hernan Gomez. Nobody near Parker. And it's the Hornets another 3. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for Charlotte.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers. And, you know, Wes Matthews still a very talented player in this league. I mean, excellent presence on both ends of the floor, and he certainly has always been a solid defender on the wing.
The first one falls. And for Matthews, he prides himself on being a two-way player.
And, you know, his three-point shooting percentage might not be that impressive, but given the volume of threes he takes, pretty solid. He's a terrific character guy, hard-working, always engaged, and he doesn't need to have the ball to stay involved. I mean, this guy's never going to be a star, but he's going to be one of those guys that always adds value to a team.
And Clark, you played your entire career with the Pacers. What was your favorite memory during that time?
Well, certainly realizing the dream of being an NBA player, Kevin. I was the 8th pick overall. It was close to where I played in college at Ohio State. And then being able to perform at a high level to be a unanimous all-rookie team selection, that was a pretty good highlight for me starting my career.
Pacers trail by 18. Feeds it to O'Quinn. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. Charlotte has gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. And Zeller kicks to Monk from outside the arc. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
You've got to get out on Monk now. He shoots a high percentage from outside the arc, and the form, perfect.
Joseph with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Here's O'Quinn, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. O'Quinn's got 9 points.
Really like how he used his body, got outstanding position on the boards, and then maximized it.
Joseph against Parker. Kicks it to Monk. To the inside. Shot by Zeller, no good.
Boy, the defense was great. Superb, stellar, platinum level. Can't really contest that shot any better than that.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 17-point game. Shots good from Young.
Young is often overmatched because he's not as big as other power forwards, but he still finishes inside at a high rate.
One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend.
Now here's Zeller. No points in the game yet for him. Parker with it. Picked up by Joseph. Offensive rebound. Outside for Batum. Zeller trying to free himself up. A shot by Batum. No good. Joseph finds Matthews. Now O'Quinn. Zeller grabs the board. And there's a whistle that goes on Corey Joseph. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Kid Gilchrist. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Like the shot selection. They couldn't cash in with no defense in the area, but still, they'll take that shot every day and for a month of Sunday.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Charlotte leading by 13. Stolen by Joseph. There's the dish to Young. The kick out to Matthews. No good on the 3. Hornets shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Here's Monk. Drops in the tray. Monk's got 6 here in this quarter.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the 3-point shot.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, so that's a double-edged sword there.
Pacers trail by 16. Joseph looking around. Inside, O'Quinn. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. O'Quinn's got 11.
Tell you what, you give Joseph a passing lane in these pick and roll sets, and he takes advantage of them.
Monk, the pass to Zeller. Shoots. Off the left rim and out. Indiana's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Matthews finds Young. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Corey Joseph quietly changing his game, Clark, the past few seasons to better his efficiency.
I agree with you there. I mean, he's done a nice job of recognizing the value of becoming better as a spot-up shooter. And as a result of the work he's put in, he's become pretty lethal on catch-and-shoot situations.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one.
And while Young is serviceable at the line, not terrible, there's still a lot of room for improvement.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Charlotte. Then for the Pacers, Sabonis, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Victor Oladipo comes in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Evans in for Corey Joseph. Second free throw, no good. Charlotte leading by 13. And the foul on Victor Oladipo. And that'll be his third foul so far. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Monk. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Monk's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And, you know, even with the defense draped all over him, Monk gets it done. I mean, when he's near the basket, he's really focused on scoring.
There's the foul. And it's on Jeremy Lamb. That's his first foul. .146 left to play here in the third. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Batum. Here's Evans. Pass to Sabonis. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. Evans has got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, I like Sabonis's game inside because he's confident and skilled.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Yeah, I think he's trying to put this one away, quite honestly. I mean, feels like he can lay it up against any type of defense, and he can.
It's stolen by Lamb. Oh, and here comes Monk all alone. And that one drops. Monk's got 20.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Evans feeling it out a bit. And he makes good on the layup. Evans has got 6.
And how about the efficiency Evans has shown in the paint? Once he's got his position, he's looking to score.
Now here's Zeller. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. No good from Lamb. And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Down by 15. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. A fast break now for Charlotte. Lamb leading the charge. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, aggressiveness is what helps Lamb be able to draw these fouls.
Guys, Jeremy Lamb, 2 years at UConn, drafted by the Thunder, but he's come into his own with the Hornets.
Yeah, and what some exec call the second draft, finding young players who, for whatever reason, haven't been able to make an impact with their first team. Sometimes that change of scenery and ability to mature can do wonders for a player.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls.
I really believe the more playing time that Lamb gets, the better he'll become. He still has the potential, in my mind, to be a very solid player in this league.
And Lamb drops them both.
You know, Jeremy Lamb, what a nice stroke he has. I mean, says that in practice he makes about 350 shots a day. I wonder about these numbers sometimes, guys, quite honestly. But he does get some extra work in. Takes him about an hour and a half to get that many shots to go in. Got to be happy with the result, moving the ball so well on that possession. Beautiful.
Passes it to Kid Gilchrist. Young with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Evans has got it. Here's Oladipo. The basket good off the assist from Evans. 18 points for Victor Oladipo.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Head coach Nate McMillan is mic'd up along the sidelines. Let's check it out.
Okay, you gotta win this quarter. Listen, defend without fouling early. Okay, defend without fouling early. All right, and we get it out and we run.
Well, Coach McMillan, you can tell, pleading with his guys not to pick up any silly fouls.
Can't afford it right now, Kevin. Have to play smart from this point on.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And a look at the five for the Pacers to start the fourth quarter. Oladipo teams with Evans on the perimeter. Young is out there with Sabonis, and it's Collison in at the one spot.
Now, when this guy catches fire, Monk puts the defense in a real bind. Excels at getting to his spots and is a really versatile scorer.
Now here's Evans. And the layup's good off the glass.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
And the pass to Monk. Now here's Lamb. Guarded by Oladipo. The shot's good from Monk.
Now, Malik Monk, a fantastic shooter. Great stroke. Doesn't get distracted by any defense. Keeps his eyes locked into the target.
Now here's Collison. Oladipo taking his time here. Evans passes to Sabonis. Young trying to break free. Kept alive. And the shot is good. The Hornet lead has been cut down to 12 on the bucket from Sabonis.
The tenacity on the interior. Just battling. Bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Zeller finds Lamb. Hornets keep it alive. Monk, no one around him. And it's off from three-point range. Pacers trail by 12. Right side, Collison. Pass to Young. Dishes it to Evans. The kick out to Young. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And a fast break now for the Hornets. It's stolen by Oladipo. The feed to Evans. It's deflected. And it's Monk that time on the assist from Jeremy Lamb. And that's now 26 points for Malik Monk. The Pacers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Collison, the pass to Oladipo. Back to Collison. It's stolen by Monk. And Lamb with a clear path to the hoop. Moving it up. Shot by Zeller, no good. Pacers trail by 14. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you can feel that Oladipo was on the verge of a breakthrough, and boy, did he ever. Everything came together for him, and he is now not only an elite scorer, but an all-star. Can attack from any distance and has a variety of ways to hurt the defense.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good. And for Oladipo, Greg, there wasn't just one moment that gave him that push.
I mean, his development was less of having a eureka moment and more of everything just coming together. Has always had the strong athleticism, has refined his shot to make the most of it. And while it took him some time, he's now the player everyone hoped he'd be when he was the second overall pick.
And for Victor Oladipo, his jump forward, Clark, as a player, came through a lot of small improvements, but perhaps the largest was his shooting.
Yeah, I like the fact that you mentioned the incremental improvements in those small areas. You know, his percentages certainly went up inside and out, but he created a lot of chances for himself and his teammates with his driving ability. And he got very comfortable shooting off the bounce and not just relying on the catch and shoot. And boy, his confidence, you could just see it elevating with each passing month of the season. And this guy's a bona fide all-star.
Hornets leading by 16. Williams inside. Sabonis is there. Williams can't hit.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And really one of the best assets of Sabonis is his mind for the game. Very aware on the offensive end, knows how to create chances, and just plays the game with his mind as much as his athleticism.
Now here's Lamb. Outside, Walker. It's taken away by Collison. And up the court come the Pacers on the break. Collison with the ball. Oladipo misses. And for Sabonis, we all know his father was one of the best when it came to seeing the floor, Greg. As a big man, his passing game was terrific.
And skills like that go a long way in the NBA. Sabonis does all the little things that free up shots for himself and his teammates. Is starting to play with more aggression, and this is a guy that can be an all-star.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Now here's Lamb. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Bangs home the trifecta.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them, and as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
And here's Evans following Jeremy Lamb's three. And that one, good.
And that's what he does. I mean, he is a bucket getter.
Charlotte leading by 14. Outside, Walker. And no good. Great D that time from Collison. The Pacers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Lets a floater go. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Here's Bridges. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. And it's 8 points for Miles Bridges.
An under-control player in close. Even when Bridges is under pressure, he just stays committed to his move.
Now here's Collison. Evans kicks to Sabonis. To the inside, Collison. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Walker's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Williams is somebody you've got to keep an eye on at all times because he's a good scorer from just about anywhere.
Here's Sabonis after the basket by Charlotte. Here's Evans. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Bridges kicks to Lamb. Five to shoot. Fires the 3. And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Pacers trail by 16. Collison with it. He kicks it to Turner. Over Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And Walker kicks to Lamb. 6 on the shot clock. Fires the 3.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
To the middle, taken away by Williams. Bridges against Evans. Left side, Walker puts it up from 12, and it's off the back rim, no good. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. It's a 16-point game. Tyreke Evans not the biggest free agent this past offseason, but Greg, many teams vied for his services.
Pacers were able to win out, and he should be a good fit. Can act as another playmaker and ball handler for the team. Turned down playing with the Warriors, Lakers, and Thunder to come to this Indiana squad.
Two shots.
First free throw is good.
You got to appreciate the skill set of Evans. I mean, Tyreke Evans can play a few different spots for you, and he's got nice handles for a guy his size.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. You know, watching Miles Bridges, he just brings so much energy to the team.
High motor guy, very aggressive, a bit of a tweener, which in a positionless world could be a good thing. Explosive, strong, athletic. I think his best basketball is ahead of him.
Really good to see Turner find the open man, proving once again he's a team-first guy.
And Walker kicks to Lamb. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Pacers trail by 18. A drive by Collison. Lays it up and banks it in.
And Collison's quickness enabling him to slice to the rim there.
Here's Walker. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Now, here's Bridges. 6 to shoot. Walker in the post. He's covered by Collison. Shot's good by Walker.
Boy, it's so good to see Walker pulling up with that kind of confidence. I mean, his jump shot seems to be getting better every year.
Collison finds Oladipo. To the inside. And Turner the bucket on the assist by Oladipo. 11 points for Miles Turner.
Really adept at rolling after setting the screen. Turner, a difficult cover in these pick and rolls.
Walker against Collison. Passes it to Lamb. Walker in the post, working on Collison. Shot's good by Walker.
And, you know, Walker is really good at muscling his way through the defense. Tough to stop on the way up.
Collison against Walker. Now, here's Oladipo. Defense is right there. Rebounded by Lamb. Lamb's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Over in the corner, Williams. Double team on Williams. Over in the corner, Lamb. Unable to get that one. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Oladipo outside. 1:29 left in the fourth quarter. A terrific shot on the turnaround. Oladipo's got 10 points in just the second half. Charlotte leading by 16.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Hornets.
They enjoyed a big boost from the strong play of their bench.
The subs came in and did their job. Those points off the bench were key to their victory.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
The stats tell us, Greg, that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Kemba Walker.
And the ball movement, exquisite, incredible. I mean, dime dropping all over the place all game long.
Good work there as it goes. And the Hornets lead by 18.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Now here's Turner. Knocked loose. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 3. Bogdanovich. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, frustrating to say the least. I mean, don't even know why they're trying anymore. This one is a wrap.
Outside, Walker. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Alders, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.